Right, here we go. Darkfest 2020. Arrived this morning, 11-hour flight from Heathrow to Cape Town, which was great, direct flight. Last year I had a 27-hour flight with a 7-hour layover at Doha, which on the way home I had a broken back. So as you can imagine, it was absolutely awful. So anyway, today I'm going to talk you through the course from the top all the way to the bottom. The whole course is a minute long from start to finish, so it's mentally long. It's so physical on your body, it's so physical mentally as well, riding this sort of stuff, and especially for a whole minute long. It's absolutely mental. So you start up there, as you can see where my hand is. You have go down the hill, left or right, a little twisty wizard, then you have the main road gap. After you land this road gap into this massive hill, this is where it starts to get really serious. So that's the 90-footer. You're hitting that jump at 50 mph plus. It is absolutely mental. The lip itself is really mellow. There's no kick to it whatsoever, but the speed that you're going gives you all the kick. So that is the first point of when it gets really serious. So I'm now going to walk down to the rest of the course and try and explain a little bit more detail about each feature, how you approach it, and what sort of mindset I guess you are when you're hitting it. And especially for the first time, it's the most adrenaline you'll get in a long time, if not ever. So yeah, it's really full on, and I mean, it's just a pleasure to be back here. I mean, it's absolutely boiling. I'm a hot, sweaty mess just from walking from the bottom of course to the top. So that's why we tend to ride in the mornings and in the early afternoon to evening. One, because of the heat, and two, because of the wind. On massive jumps, well, 90-foot jumps and all the jumps at the bottom, any little bit of wind affects you. Oh God, I nearly fell over. Any little bit of wind affects you massively, and the faster you go and the bigger the jumps, the more it affects you. So we've got to play really careful when we ride. This is where it gets serious. Bombing down there, speed tucking, and up that lip. Now that lip doesn't look much. I'd probably say it was 7 foot tall, and it's really mellow, but to the sweet spot it is 90 foot. I mean, look at it. It is absolutely colossal. You could fit an Arctic lorry through here. It is massive, but somehow it works. And that's what's more crazy. And what's more crazy is me being scared and anxious about riding it. But imagine if you're the first guy to ever test it out. It is absolutely bonkers. No two ways about it. So credit to Sam and the others that have tested it first. So here we have the landing, quite mellow. Got quite a nice case pad on it as well. So, you know, yes, we are riding massive jumps, but we're not idiots, you know. The course builders aren't idiots. They're trying to make this as safe as physically possible. So if you come up short, you've got a huge case pad. I mean, if you come up really short, you're getting bounced to flat anyway, and then you're dead. But I mean, we're trying to minimise the risk. So you've got a nice case pad. Then we've got the twisty wizard, they call it, or the shark fin. It has a few different names. Got a couple of guys streaming in 35-degree heat. Literally wouldn't know even where to start. So here we have the landing for the twisty wizard. The objective of this is to not land down here. It's a curved landing, and you want to land up as high as possible to generate as much speed for the next section, which is the hip. I mean, that lip is so tall. I mean, it's annoying me that I bet this camera is not doing it justice, but it is absolutely huge. Look at it. You might be looking at that hip thinking, oh yeah, that one's not too bad, I wouldn't mind hitting that. You're wrong, it's massive. It's still, I'd say, 7.5 meters to there, and as you can see from the landing marks, people have been landing all the way over here. So it is, nothing here is small, nothing. Road gaps, the speed jumps, the step up takeoff is 6.5 meters tall. It's absolutely bonkers. Here we have the road gap. So I was up there a second ago. Road gap, which a car or a van, lorry drives through, gives it a little bit of scale how big it is. Then you have this massive landing. It's almost built into the side of a mountain, which you speed tuck as fast as you can and as hard as you can into that step up lip there. Such a long course, and it's so demanding, all of it. None of it is easy, none of it is small, and none of it is chill. So yeah, quite an interesting place. I'd love to jump in there right now, but I'm way too scared in case there's any animals or something weird in there that I'd literally poo myself. So even though I'm boiling, I'm not going in there. Anyway, look at this step up. It's disgusting. Oh, apparently it's a bit steeper than last year, so you're getting a huge amount of kick on it. So my advice was, well, Matt McDuff said to me earlier, don't pull back first go, just push through rather than pull back, because you'll case it, and you don't really want to be casing something like that. Here is the scene of the crime, as you would call it. This is what I broke my back on last year. I did a massive Superman, couldn't get quite back on the pedals properly, looped out and hit my bum really hard on this, and although it looks quite soft, it's not soft, it's rock hard. And when you're falling down from 30-40 foot in the air and doing 50 mile an hour, I guess it takes your toll on your body. So although it didn't seem like the worst crash, obviously the impact that went through my body was enough to break 4 vertebrae, so that sucked. The step down, which is also ridiculously big as well, as you'd probably guess by the rest of it. Every feature you've got to give it respect, and you know, if you're not sure about it, then follow another rider in for your first go, or ask people if you need to speed tuck or pump. You just need to get a real good gauge of each feature rather than just, you know, hitting it. I wouldn't say hitting it with loads of confidence, because you've got to be confident on every feature, but you've just got to give every little thing respect. So here we go, here's the racer speed jump, whatever you would call it, for the Mega Booter. This must be over 60 foot long. It is everything here is so big, and it's, you can't even say like, oh yeah, that jump's big, or that jump's big. I mean, that's the landing for the step down. Every feature is like a feature that you would never ever come across in a UK bike park, the UK jumps. I mean, the Burn line in Woburn is probably some of the bigger jumps in the UK. Everything here, without exaggeration, is probably 4 to 5 times bigger in height and in length, if not more. So that really brings it home how bloody big this stuff is. We're making the way to the bottom of the course, second to last feature, the Mega Booter. So this one last year was pretty sketchy. It was really hard to judge speed, and as you've probably seen for one of my videos, if not, I'll play it quickly now. Is that you could overshoot it really easily, and when it jumps this big, that could be game over. So this year, Sam and team have stepped up the landing a huge amount and made it 1.5 meters longer, which is a lot. And just look at that, how much it's built into the ground and then comes up. It is massive. So that's that. And not only did they improve that, they made a whole new jump. Last jump on course. There's the landing from the one before it, and there is the second Mega Booter. So this is a whole new jump that Sam and team built, and it's just a work of art. It looks friendly, but at the same time obviously it's not friendly, because look at it. That's how you finish the course, and this ground is falling away the whole time. So the amount, I'm going to ask Sam at some point how many tons that was, but the amount of dirt that must have been used to make this is absolutely astonishing. I really can't emphasise enough how mental it is. You can't even see it. It is absolutely bonkers. And luckily, as Sam said in one of his build videos, if you've watched any of them, they're building a new house up there, the owners, so all the dirt that's come out there, luckily they wanted to get rid of it, so got rid of it into there.
Oh yeah, man.
Yeah, boy. So anyway, that's the course, top to bottom. I've tried to explain what's what and each feature. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you can kind of, I know it's hard to grasp, but I hope you can try and grasp a little bit of the sheer size of this course.